garage actually, so a little further round than I had first read. The 7 and the 8 car, nothing between them, and some traffic to deal with in the closing stages of this lap. And remember that, through the final sector in a lap's time, the cars, I'm sure, will back off the pace well and truly and head into Ford Chicane with so much celebration to come. But that's in another 13.6 kilometres, Bruce.
We know how cruel the last lap can be for Toyota at Le Mans, and bear in mind that both Mike Conway and Kamui Kobayashi, 2016, 2018 and 2019 second places, that cruelest of positions at Le Mans. And for Jose Maria Lopez, he was with them in 2018 and 2019. They're desperate to convert those seconds into a win, and it's coming their way.
Yeah, I can tell now that everyone down at Gazoo Racing really does feel that it's almost tangible, this race victory. There's a drama on the last lap, though, or the last lap for the LMP2s for car 41. This is the class leader, Yifei Ye, who is only 36 seconds ahead of the teammate, Robin Freins, and the yellow flags are being shown. Green's out now. Does that tell us, Bruce, that the car's moving again? No, it is not.
Stationary in the track, and it's only at the start of the lap. This is unbelievably cruel. I was really feeling sorry for the sister crew, 31, with that air jack problem at the rear. It cost them the lead in the class. Never mind, Team WRT was going to take first and second in class. It's going to take first. That will be the 31, most surely. Already the 28 is up into second place, so the order is changing all the time in P2. Oh, my heart goes out particularly to Yifei Ye. There I was thinking red and white cars don't have a great final few laps, but I was thinking in previous years of the Toyotas, and now they're going to have to change the colour scheme down at Team WRT because they've lost the car that was leading the class. Thank goodness they had a second bullet in the gun in car 31.
Robin Freins from the same team immediately takes the race lead in LMP2, car 31 to the top, and only 2.8 seconds ahead of Tom Blomqvist, who's just about one of the quickest drivers in that Jota car. All of a sudden, a very close fight for second position becomes the battle for LMP2 in the overall, and Ferdinand Habsburg hugging the rest of the crew from that 31 team. But this fight is so intense. This will be the last lap for the LMP2s as well, with still Yifei Ye stranded in the middle of the track at Forest S's, Bruce.
The gap is down to next to nothing, 2.5 seconds as Tom Blomqvist closes in. For Ferdinand Habsburg, doesn't know where to look. He was probably just going to have to be happy for the team getting first and second for Team WRT. Now he's potentially about to take a victory on this final lap. So cruel, but is he? Because Jota fighting back, pushing so hard. The end can't come soon enough for Team WRT. In the background of the shot behind the two Toyotas, 7 and 8, working around this final lap, but they're still leading. Or having just taken the lead in P2 is Robin Freins, but Tom Blomqvist getting closer and closer. The Jota, the dark green Orica, closing in so fast. Can Robin Freins hang on to take P2 victory?
Let's get a thought on this from Paul Truswell.
Yeah, my worry here, Johnny, is that the two Toyotas are not that far ahead on the track of this P2 battle. And if there's going to be any traffic ahead, the Toyotas are going to be backing off. And that's going to back everybody else up into this P2, which is now a battle for the lead. 4 seconds is all that separates Tom Blomqvist from Robin Freins for the lead of P2. So as long as the two Toyotas keep going and push on, it'll be fine. Coming through the last part of the lap now, Johnny.
Nose to tail into Porsche curves go Kamui Kobayashi and Kazuki Nakajima, but the danger is that Toyota start to ease off the throttle so that they can get the ideal publicity shot after a near perfect 89th running of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Could even those LMP2s unlap themselves from the Toyotas and therefore force an extra lap out of the race? I don't think that is likely to happen. No doubt the guys on the wall at Gazoo Racing have informed the race leaders that they need to keep the pace up through the Ford chicane, and that is exactly what Kamui Kobayashi and Kazuki Nakajima are doing now. What about in the background? It is so tight between the two LMP2 leaders, and he just about gets it. The WRT car for Robin Freins, and goodness me, the checkered flag was being waved, and there was nearly disaster on the main straight as Robin Freins threaded his way through the GT cars there to just about take the win in LMP2 by 1.1 seconds from Tom Blomqvist. My oh my, Bruce Jones.
Well, my timing screen is saying it's 0.7 of a second, that margin, and it had to snake around. I think it was actually the 52 AF Corsa Ferrari, but that I wouldn't have wanted to be standing in the track waving the checkered flag right there. For Toyota, the job is done, but oh my golly.
There was a decision to be made there late on to say the LMP2 battle is absolutely thriving and it is just not safe to put the checkered flag down on the track. Yes, the Toyotas had it won and in the bag, but you've got to be thinking about the other classes that were right behind the hypercars. Thankfully, disaster averted. Congratulations to Toyota and congratulations to Mike Conway, Kamui Kobayashi and Jose Maria Lopez. They are the winners of the 24 Hours of Le Mans for the first time. It has so often gone to the other team through cruel, cruel luck for the last 3 years. But finally, the 7 car gets it, Bruce.
I almost don't know where to look at the moment. So much emotion, but for Team WRT, they've taken the win, but the 41 is not going to be classified.
No, it's still stationary on the run up towards Forest Esses. Let's call everybody else across the line as well. AF Corsa Ferrari, the 51 machine.